Milanisti, how are we doing? The time has arrived. The game that will define the season is upon us. A game that will allow us to hear that beautiful music of those muses and sirens and mermaids singing that beautiful song that has inspired us to come out victorious out of so many battles. The time is now. But in order to get there, we have to beat Cagliari. So let's look at this. Let's see how Milan is going to be set up, and let's see how Cagliari is set up. So let's start with Milan setup. We're going to go with our usual 4-2-3-1 formation. Teo, Tomori, Chiari, Calabria, Donnarumma in goal. The two pivots are Kessi, Benasser, the attacking midfielder Diaz, Chala, Sala on the wings, and Rebic up top as the striker. Now, Cagliari is going to go with their usual. Cagliari actually has been a team that has been a little bit unpredictable lately. They have had a very poor season. But their last 6 games, they had 4 victories and 2 ties. And they've changed the formation quite a lot of these last 6 games. But most likely they are going to be playing with the formation that they have played a lot of games, which is 3-4-1-2. And so the previews are showing this. Cipitelli, Godin, Carboni, Nandes, Duncan, Marin, Ligogenis, Nainggolan, Pavoletti, João Pedro. So let's start with Cagliari. Let's look at Cagliari. And let's see what we're dealing with. So the names that shine right away from the defense, you have Cragno, that has been having a pretty decent season. So we gotta make sure that we put those balls where he can get him. Godin is a player with big game experience, so he's going to boss his defense. Cipitelli, Carboni, not a lot of experience there. In the midfield, we have Ligogenis, Marin, Duncan, Nandes. So Marin pretty decent at holding the ball and keeping the ball. Duncan also. Nandes is probably the most offensive player on this line. We will see a lot of attacks from Nandes. Actually, it's going to be quite interesting to see how Teo and Nandes pair up in this game, because this wing is going to be a freeway, pretty much. Ligogenis is a player that you kind of see him sometimes go inside in the middle, almost like how Salah makers play, but you will also see Ligogenis go down the line. Then, of course, they have Nainggolan, who is the attacking midfielder / defensive midfielder. So, that's the kind of player they have in that position. Then you have João Pedro, seconda punta, a player that is good with his feet. He can do lots of cool things. He can score nice goals. And then you have Pavoletti, who's a classic target man. He tap in goal, header goal, that kind of player. So now, based on this team, you have to imagine that most of their offensive play is going to come on this side, because that's where most of the quality is. Nandes, João Pedro, Nainggolan, and then Pavoletti is going to be the player that they're going to look for. You can imagine that this is the area that we are going to have to look at. So, as we were saying, it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup between Teo and Nandes. This is a game where Çalhanoğlu definitely has to come and partake in his defensive duties, and he's very good at that. In containment, Çalhanoğlu is very good. As a matter of fact, Çalhanoğlu can also play in this position from beginning to end of the season like that. That's one of his positions. Mezzala is one of his positions. So, we shouldn't have any problems covering this area between Kessi, Çalhanoğlu, Tomori, Teo, Benasser covering the other side, Calabria, Salamakers coming in. If we cover this area properly and we just we don't allow them to play fluid football, and we steal the ball in that area, we're going to have decent opportunities to go and attack, in space. Maybe attack in space and if the setup is correct, attack in speed, which is really the best way, because when you attack in speed, it's so much that the efficiency of the scoring rate becomes higher. So we have to try and attack in speed when we get these opportunities of high space. So you have to imagine that that's how this game is going to go, and this is going to be the area. Now, one thing that we got to watch out for is, because obviously Theo is a player that is going to be playing a lot of the game on this side. As a matter of fact, we saw that how Milan plays now is once, one thing that we have seen about Milan is that now once we have the ball, our defense becomes a line of three, and then Kessie participates. All these players, Chala goes in the middle. Basically, Theo doubles up as a winger, pretty much. Benacer, the tip of the diamond over here. So it's going to be very important to close these space. And this is much better because look at this. If we do get caught in a counterattack, when let's say by Nandes, then Tomori is already in that area. He's already in that area because now it's a three. And Cagliari can push in, Benacer can push in, Calabria can push in. And then this is the thing that I would do, and I think Pioli is going to do. Salamakers is going to be a sacrificial lamb in this game. He's going to be asked to play as a right midfielder, and not so much a right winger. And most of the but obviously he's going to participate, but he's going to have to really look at, he really needs to have an eye for what's going over here, because if this area is going to be packed, they're going to make those switches, and if they switch the ball and our players are already there, like, we pretty much stop this team. If we play this correctly, we can stop this team easily. Milanisti, what an epic game we have upon us. I did not mention in that analysis is also how important high press is going to be. We definitely need to press high and win the ball in their side of the field and then attack fast. That also can be a very important weapon that we can use against Cagliari. But I think one of the most important thing tomorrow, aside from the tactics and all the things that Pioli needs to get right, is the mentality of the player. They have to come in with the determination to win. They have to come in to really grab and take and make this qualification to the Champions League theirs. But also, I hope that the Curva Sud are going to show the team love. They're going to come out and we're going to remind the team who they're fighting for and what they're fighting for, because that has been such a key component to our season, the Curva Sud coming out and showing how they are still, even without anybody in the stadium, the 12th player of this team. So let's go, Milan. Subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell, all those cool things. And ragazzi, forza Milan. Let's be with this team till the end. Let's go, sempre Milan, ciao.